Okay. See if we can make this one look good. This one's going to be interesting if we can make it look really nice. We're not going to the 400 with this, so we're going to make this one 390, just 10% shy of 400. So we're going 390 both ways. Right, let's see if we can make this one look good. Don't know how it's going to look. Well, we're going to make it negative positive. This will be an interesting one. And we're going to go color adjust, and we're going to make it, so we're going to saturate it, of course, and make it copy. We're going to use copy density, or we have to use brightness, because making a negative, we've got to add a bit of warmth to the composition, otherwise it's going to look too cold. But funnily enough, we can add some cold hue to contrast with the warmth. Really strange concept. So now we're just going to belt the colours up. Okay. Right, let's see how we make this image. Right, let's see what we got. We got here. Well, I found it. It's a key. Feel sorry for the person who lost it. But, yeah, probably a house key. You see them sometimes on the ground and you think, poor person, you know, they've lost their fucking key, their entrance to their humble abode, so to speak. Then they have to go to a locksmith and get a new one, and locksmiths are very expensive. I've had the misfortune of being locked out of this unit that I'm in. I had to call a neighbour. I had to get a neighbour to help by giving me to allow me to use her phone, and she gave me a locksmith. She looked up on the internet off her smartphone, and we just called around a locksmith. She was really nice, one of my neighbours, and basically the locksmith set me back $110. So that's what can happen when you become forgetful about leaving your keys in the house. I normally put my keys in my day bag, but basically I've got to make sure that I don't lose my keys again. So what I do is I actually keep my bag, my day bag, on the door lock, because so that I can prevent myself from forgetting. So the bag is hanging off the door. I can't get to the door handle properly until I've removed the bag. So this is some of the ingenious method I had to use. So we're probably going to enlarge it a bit that way. That's one of the ways I've been able this is the way that I've been able to avoid locking myself out. I'm very forgetful. I've got memory problems, so it shouldn't come as a surprise that I'm gonna forget my fucking keys, or forget my bag, which has the keys in there, and that's just not good. I can't afford it. I just can't afford that in my budget to fart around calling a locksmith. I just haven't got the fucking budget, so I have to be very careful, and that's what I do. I just hang the bag off the door so I don't leave it behind, because I just walk out just like that. I break routines easily, even though I try to set routines for myself to stop myself from forgetting. Basically, it still backfires. So I've got to make a physical obstruction to my front door, and that's how I avoid ending up being locked out again. So, so yeah. So let's see how this goes. Okay, we forgot to put it on negative mode. We forgot to make it. We have it on negative, and that's what we've got there is a negative to negative is positive. So there you go. The colours in that look really nice. I'm wondering if we're going to switch it back or if we're going to leave it like that. It's quite interesting. I'm going to switch it back by taking off the negative positive, but that still is a nice image. But I really do think I like the negative image, so we're just going to close that, and we're just going to hit off a positive version of the negative, so it stays negative. Sorry folks if that's confusing. It sounds a bit like a tongue twister. Sorry about that. I don't like tongue twisters or riddles. I'm no good at the shit anyway, so I can understand why you'd find it annoying for me. Now that's interesting. That's come up a bright yellow, mostly shades of yellow. So this is our first one off the rank. That does look nice, but I wanted this type. I'm just wondering if we're going to keep it like that for a change, because normally I think I've made this really hot, but the cool hue, whatever, I'm getting confused, getting a bit tongue-tied here, so let's see what else we're going to do. I'm just trying to decide whether we're just going to change it again. We're going to cool it down a bit. It's a little bit cold. It's a bit hot looking, so the hue, sometimes the hue appears to work in reverse, that when you cool it down it looks hot, and when you warm it up it looks cool. It's a strange feature when you think about it. So we're just taking out some of the red. We're not going to make it so red, and I think that should be the solution to this. So let's see how we go. Let's see if we can make this a better version to use in a 4-way mirror image. Yeah. So at least we've had some interesting images along the way. But anyway, that looks more balanced. It looks a bit more cooler. You can see a bit of the green in the finger, and this one's more yellow. I like this one better. And it contrasts against the key. The key looks warm, but the hand looks a bit cooler. So I think we can just put that one aside. And I think that's going to be what we're going to run with this one. But it's an interesting what we've done with the key. It looks funny. It's really weird. So we're just going to punch off another copy of that. So let's see how we go. Okay, let's see how we go with that. Let's see what this one looks like. Alright, there's our second one. We're just going to move it over and keep it try to keep it away from the sunlight so we can see our images better. So that's our second normal orientated image. Or next one's going to be, the other two are going to be mirrors, so we can fit them into the corners. So we're just going to quickly pull up our mirror image, switch it on, and to make it quick we're just going to hit off 2 copies and see what happens then. Okay, finish and then start. Okay, 1 and 2. There we go. And let's see, we've got a mirror version now. 2 mirrors to make this nice little composition. So we're just going to put them in the corners. The good thing about this lack of black or solids is that we don't have that major problem simply called curling. So curling it's not going to happen, at least not significantly enough to have any effect on what I'm doing. It's a lot easier without the curls. The curliness is just, yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but it happens. But anyway, that's interesting. Honda key. It's a funny looking image, but I like it.